The young English football prodigy, Jude Bellingham, is an upcoming future star. At only 20 years old, he has played with Birmingham, at Dortmund and now at Real Madrid. But question lies in what makes him so good. In this video, we will be analyzing every touch Bellingham takes on the ball in this game as Real Madrid take on Celta Vigo in the La Liga. Here you can see that Bellingham will be playing as a center attacking midfielder. Here's how Celta Vigo will line up against Real Madrid. Let's begin as Bellingham takes his first touch on the ball in the game. You can see that Bellingham is unable to turn in this situation as the opponent is pressing on him from behind. The space is here and hence Bellingham must take his touch into the space ahead. Here you can see that Bellingham has two teammates here to pass the ball. Problem is that if he passes to either of them, they will be immediately pressed by these opponents and forced to play the ball back. Hence, to maintain possession high up the pitch, Bellingham drives back a bit, and as this defender drops, he creates an angle to play the ball out wide to his teammate who has time on the ball. Now as soon as Bellingham passes the ball, he makes a run up the pitch to create space at the back. There's no point in him staying at the back as there are already teammates there who can receive the ball. In this play, Real Madrid are defending an attack from Celta Vigo. See how Bellingham is positioned so that even if the winger beats the right back and cuts inside, he is still in a good position to defend. As the cross comes in, the right back blocks it. Now as the ball's in the air, you can see that Bellingham has very little time to take the ball down as there are two opponents pressing on him. It wouldn't make sense to play the ball to the right back either as this opponent is too close and there is no direct passing option to him. He had checked his shoulder before and now has a general knowledge of the pitch of where his teammates and opponents are. He knows his striker is around the middle of the pitch and hence heads the ball out to his striker but unfortunately lose possession. In this clip, you can see Bellingham press the opponent on the ball from behind. Bellingham fouls the opponent as the opponent releases the ball before Bellingham tackles and hence gets no contact on the ball. You can see it more clearly here on the replay. In this clip, you can see how as Bellingham receives the ball he has this man pressuring him from behind. He can't take his touch into the space ahead as he would be pressed by this opponent as well. In this situation under a lot of pressure, Bellingham really only has one option since the defender is pressuring him properly. He is forced to play the ball back where it came from to his teammate. Here you can see as Bellingham is dribbling. He is surrounded by the opposition players. There is no point in him continuing down this direction as he will be closed down by the opponent with no passing options in the box to release the ball. Instead, Bellingham should take his touch inside there his face. But as you see, he is closed down very soon and is forced to cut the ball back. Here you can see the opponent starting to cover this side, leaving the other side open for Bellingham to turn slightly. As you can see, Bellingham's options is quite limited, so he plays the ball out wide to his teammate in space. Here you can see Bellingham is calling to receive the ball. You can see that he has space to open up and potentially take off a shot on goal. But as you can see, this opponent realizes and begins to press Bellingham, leaving this teammate free to receive the ball. Here as Bellingham receives the ball, you can see the opponent pressing in from this side and how the space is here. Bellingham takes his touch into that space and also moves across to block this defender so that the only way the defender can get the ball is by fouling him. Now you can see that this centre-back moved inside, creating space in between the centre-back and the full-back. Now you can see this winger calling for the ball, making an overlapping run in behind the full-back. Now Bellingham attempts to play the ball in between the centre-back and the full-back, but hits the pass. Luckily the striker is able to lay it off to a teammate as Bellingham runs into the box for a potential cross. As Bellingham goes to take this ball down, you can see that he has space ahead of him to take his touch. When he goes up to chest the ball, he is pushed from the back and receives a free kick. Here again you can see Bellingham attempting to take the ball down with his chest, as he is surrounded by three opponents, but just like the last play he is shoved in the back and receives a free kick. Here is a replay of the foul. Any push or nudge into an opponent's back results in a foul. In this clip, you can see how much space and time this centre-back has on the ball. You can also see here how the opposition are playing a high defensive line, leaving space in behind. Bellingham makes a run into the space in the box, and as the centre-back plays the ball into him, he slightly overhits it, making it very difficult for Bellingham to take down. It's goalless at halftime between Celta and Madrid. Real have to go into this next half looking for a goal to win. You can see Bellingham checking into the space here looking for the ball. Notice how he isn't behind this defensive line. In order to break through this line and carry on the attack, you can see that this opponent begins to close down the space, blocking off the passing option to Bellingham. Now as Bellingham takes this ball down, you can see he can't go this way as he will face another opponent. He is forced to go down the wing, even though the defender is defending that direction quite well. Bellingham manages to get a throw in from this. As this winger is running in toward the touchline, you can tell he is going to square the ball back across the box. Bellingham makes a run into the space to receive the ball. Ideally, Bellingham would want the ball to be played ahead of him so he can take a shot on goal. Now Bellingham receives the ball behind him and unfortunately falls down off balance. Here is a replay. As this player is on the ball, you can see Bellingham calling for the ball here in the space between the fullback and the centre-back. Now the fullback does a great job at blocking off Bellingham using his body to block his run, preventing a goal-scoring opportunity. See here how the defender has his arm in front of Bellingham's chest, so that he can't get past him. Here is a corner kick. As the ball comes in, this teammate flicks on the ball to Bellingham. Now as Bellingham goes for this ball, he really is just focused on heading the ball to the closest part of the goal, to give the keeper the least amount of time to react and save the shot. As you can see, the ball goes in the back of the net, and now Real Madrid are up 1-0 in the 81st minute. Heading the ball low makes it very difficult for the keepers as they have to dive all the way down to get the ball. High headers are usually easier as the keeper is already at around that high. This clip is a difficult angle, but as Bellingham receives the ball, he takes his touch forward and then is fouled from behind. You can see him on the floor after, which is a way of wasting time as they are already winning and as Real Madrid try to slow down the game. And that's the end of the game. Real Madrid win 1-0 thanks to Bellingham's wonderful header. Here are the match stats for those interested. As you can see, the shots are pretty even, while Real Madrid had majority of the possession this game. I hope you learned something from this game analysis. If you want to receive more of this type of content, please subscribe and like this video. Also, don't forget to share this video to your friends and teammates who aspire on being professional footballers. If you want to learn more about the beautiful game, make sure to check out our other videos here. Finally, if there is anyone in particular you want me to analyze, let me know down in the comments below. Until then, see you next time.